Well, hello there, Cancer. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So, today we are just doing a bonus reading for you because this week I have been doing the 3 month tarot readings for January through March for the other signs, but I already have done yours. I posted that a little while ago. So, I'll actually have the link to that at the end of this video. So if you want to go back and review it, you can. But today is just a bonus reading for you. So we'll take a look first at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details about any obstacles that are on your path or areas of resistance, and of course, advice from spirit. Okay, let's get into your reading. Let's just see what is on the horizon for you. Okay, let's see. Breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. Beautiful energy and wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. Okay, so the energy that I'm getting here. And it's really interesting because we have Pluto that has been in Capricorn since 2008, moving into Aquarius on January 21st, and it'll be there for 20 years. So there's this energy right now where we're having to release any of that final Capricorn energy of feeling like we have to follow the rules or we're confined in some way. Okay, that's what Capricorn, the shadow side of Capricorn, and Pluto is all about transformation. So it's about transforming any of those rules that we feel like we're obligated to follow. The rules of what our family believes, of society, of, whatever mindset that you have, the constraints of what is holding you back, why you can't bring in the success that you're looking for, the relationship that you're wanting, having the energy, the time, the resources to go after what your heart truly desires, right? I feel as that this is a message to let you know that that breakthrough is here, okay? As Pluto moves from Capricorn into Aquarius, there's a sense of relief. There is going from feeling very confined to this energy of being freed, okay? And it's interesting with the wasp spirit because it says sometimes a life stings, right? And those stings can come in different forms, right? The end of a relationship, the end of a job, a health crisis, any difficulties, some financial loss. But here's the thing is that whatever has occurred that may have been a sting for you, right? You're finally seeing how that also helped to free you from some other constraint in your life, right? I feel like this message has been coming out really clear lately in my readings, and for me, it's kind of like taking a look at something since 2008 especially, but maybe in the last few years, that really was something that was very hurtful, painful, heartbreaking, a tower moment, the loss of that job, the end of a relationship, discovering a truth, okay? Discovering a truth that was painful, okay? That somebody you loved had betrayed you or something like that. And that was a sting. That was a difficult sting, but you've healed from it. And as we're moving into this new energy, it's about understanding that divorce, that job loss, whatever it was, also freed you from something that you may have felt was an obligation that you had to stay with, that you had to try to make it work or fix it, or just keep plowing out in the fields, trying to get it to work. It just really was no longer meant to be on your path. You had outgrown it. You had expired. You had learned everything you were going to learn from that person or that situation. And I love that the wasp is the number 64 because 6 plus 4 equals 10. And tens mean we've completed something. We've completed a lesson, a cycle, a chapter of our life. It is literally letting you know that something has come to an end. And that's what this breaking trail is. You're now breaking into a new cycle. But sometimes breaking into that new cycle and totally leaving, okay, the emotions, like the person that you maybe a relationship that ended, say you got divorced, the relationship may have ended, that person may have been physically out of your life for some time, but now all of a sudden, as Pluto is moving into Aquarius, you may have this lightening of your energy, of understanding that the pain has somehow dissipated, right? That you're seeing the situation in a different way. That because of that divorce, okay, you have been able to walk a new path, find your own independence, meet new people, new romantic relationships, maybe, right? Perhaps you're living by yourself for the first time in a very long time. That's what happened to me when I got divorced, right? And then suddenly it's kind of like stepping into that energy. How do I want to decorate my house? How do I want my environment to look like? Because you are allowed to kind of break away from having the energy of obligations or what other people will say or think. And it's so freeing. I feel like that is exactly what you're doing. You're discovering this new epiphany that something that was heartbreaking in the past has now allowed you to step into something new that's even better than what you had before. And you're truly grateful. And I do feel like this is helping you to attract in new people. Okay, new people that are kindred partners, right? Means that you are in alignment with them. The person that you may have had to separate from or, go separate ways, that person was no longer on your energy vibrational level. And so that person, you had already learned everything that you could from that person. And so even though it was difficult to end that relationship or that job or whatever it is, you're also understanding that it's bringing you so many new things coming into your life. Wow, beautiful message, Cancer. And, I have to say, I've been getting that same type of message for a lot of the readings, but in different ways. And I think for you, the big message I get here is that you could have felt very obligated, okay, or had a sense of obligation or regret that things happened the way they did or something like that because of your innate sense of family, right? Of your connection. You're very much, out of all the zodiac signs, very much home and family. You feel very connected to your home environment and the people that are in your family. But because of some things that maybe have happened in your family area, okay, you may have had to go your own way or whatever. There's been perhaps some disappointment in that, but it also is about recognizing that when you don't bind yourself, it's that devil energy, right? That's the Capricorn energy. When you don't attach or bind yourself to the idea that you're obligated by family ties or being loyal to an employer that isn't loyal back to you, right? When we allow ourselves to see that people and situations come in and out of our life when they're needed on our path, and they leave when we've learned the lesson. Because here you are, you've learned the lesson. You're no longer the student. You're stepping into the energy of being the teacher. Because you've learned the lesson from this. And because of this, you have more confidence in yourself as you move forward. Understanding that by freeing yourself from some situation, family situation, or whatever this was for you, it has allowed you to step into your own confidence as an individual. It's a beautiful message of, yes, It's the temperance energy of understanding. Yes, you have the three, and these fell out. The Three of Swords, the disappointment, but seeing the light, being grateful for what has happened. Because even though it was a painful situation, it's taking you to a much better situation for you. And it may not be here yet, right? That is part of the breakthrough, is that when we can step into that energy of being grateful for what has happened, even if it was disappointing, but understanding, okay, out of healing from that situation, I have gained a lot of strength, inner strength. I have gained perseverance. I have gained independence. I've also been able to pull myself back from what my family believes and sit in what I believe for myself, right? It's given you this time to really and truly transform into something that is, transform your own energy to help attract in people that are at a higher level. Wow, it's just really beautiful. So I can't believe it. Yes, Archangel Michael is coming in, the temperance energy, right? Understanding that we have to have patience. Patience with the I think there's a soul lesson here, right? The patience of allowing things to come in when it's time for us to experience that person, that relationship, that situation, and also having the patience and the love to let people and situations go when we've learned all that we can from them. Even though there's part of us that still want them in our life, if they're in our life, we only have so much time and energy. If we're giving it to people or situations that we have learned everything we can from, and then we still hold on to them, we don't have the time or energy to allow new things to come into our life. And this is allowing yourself to go forward in an expression of love for yourself, of saying, okay, I understand now. I have to make space in my life and let some people or situations leave so that I can allow new ones in, and to sit in the energy of being present and grateful for that. And then you have the Sun card and the Ten of Cups. It's just this beautiful energy. And I think that is what, once again, we have about 10 days until Pluto moves into Aquarius. It's almost as if you're connecting the dots at this time and seeing that, wait a minute, there is some benefit to that job ending, that relationship ending. You're understanding, yes, there's part of me that wishes that person or situation was still in my life, but it's allowing me to open some doors into new experiences. Our soul really doesn't like to come to Earth and then just sit in the same energy our entire lifetime. It enjoys different experiences. We learn more, we experience more, we garner more wisdom about ourselves and how we're connected to others when we allow ourselves to go with the ebb and flow of life and allow people and situations to come in and to go out as necessary. Okay, so let's take a look at your obstacle or your area of resistance. It's about, okay, I feel like whatever occurred there, you could have a little bit of guilt or shame because of the conditioning that you received as a child or throughout your life, that you had to stay connected to some person or something, or till the end of time is what they're saying, right? But here's the thing, is that by feeling as if that situation or relationship has to stay in your life, you're losing sight of the wisdom that you can gain when you also follow your heart and go in the direction, allow your heart to be free to go in the direction to experience new people or new situations. This is very much the Aquarian energy. It's kind of like, I feel like a lot of people that are on the spiritual path. Like you, Cancer, it's kind of like, okay, I've learned all I can learn from these books. And I feel like that's the Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, I've learned all about whatever I can learn from that. And then you see the dandelion, all of the I don't know, the seeds going out into the air. It's kind of like, but there's so much more to experience, and allowing yourself to unhook from those things that you feel you're obligated to do because of society or your family values, or whatever, your family's values, not yours. The Page of Swords is standing there by himself. He's kind of like, okay, I'm ready to experience some new things. Yeah, and look at this. Oh my goodness. And you have the Judgment card. This is a beautiful reading. If some of you have been thinking about going, exploring, expanding, pulling your energy back from some people or situations in your life, and that does not mean you have to completely close them off, right? But it's kind of like, okay, I can only see you one day a week, or I can only see you once a month, if it's kind of like a relative or a friend or something like that. I can't see you as much. I can't put as much time and energy. As much as I enjoy you, there's this whole vast world that I want to go and experience. And that's what you're kind of like choosing to go into a different energy, because here's the Capricorn energy again with the Ten of Pentacles. The things that you feel need to be long term, or that you have to stay at a job that you really hate because it pays well, right? Or you have to stay connected and obligated to family situations because that's long term. Family is forever, right? Now you're stepping into this new world. You're understanding, well, wait a minute, look at this is the Aquarius card, right? The star card. There's a whole thing that my soul is longing to do. You're wishing upon a star, and your wishes are being granted because there's the Judgment card, right? You're having this almost like soul judgment that it is okay for you to go in the direction that your heart is calling you to. I feel like for some of you, you may have been kind of like having one foot in and one foot out, or like two worlds, right? So you've been trying to walk this line as much as you can with family obligations, but then you're also trying to like explore some new hobbies or new things on the side, right? And you're trying to balance them. And now I feel like you may go through a short term where it's kind of like, okay, I'm ready to go explore. I have to put more time and energy into that, which means maybe you have to take a sabbatical from work, or you have to say to your family, you know what, I'm going to go live in this other country that I've always wanted to live in for 6 months. I'll see you in 6 months. I'll Zoom with you once a week or whatever. And that's not like if you have young children or anything like that. It depends on what phase of your life you're in. But there is something here about really going after a dream that you have with the Aquarian energy. I really want to go and try something that's totally new. I feel like for some of you, this is like totally new. It could be quitting a job in order to start your own business. Something that you've been really wanting to do, but because of Pluto being in Capricorn, you felt like you had to follow the rules of your family obligations, whatever that is. And now it's almost like, I'm free. I'm free. But here's the thing. You want to celebrate this, but I feel like you're fearful of what other people are going to say, right? Or think. How they may judge you. You may be fearful of how they will judge you. And that is because of the conditioning that you have received. That is, understanding, that you are changing. And there is something within you that wants to go in a new direction. So let's see yes, I feel like you're moving towards something totally different. Yeah, here you are. You have the King of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the Eight of Cups. I mean, the Eight of Pentacles, and then you have the Ace of Wands. Yeah. So there's this energy, once again, King of Pentacles, gender doesn't matter, but being, the King of Pentacles is very responsible, very reliable, takes good care of his family, follows all the rules, Capricorn energy again, right? And you have some energy of something you wanted to do perhaps as a child, right? But these are at odds. There's a little bit of energy of these are at odds. So maybe when you were a child, I don't know, you wanted to be a famous, maybe you wanted to be a ski instructor. I don't know, that's coming through. Maybe you wanted to be a ski instructor when you were a child. But of course, you were told that that wouldn't pay the bills and that it's better for a family, a person to have a family, and what all that entails, the house, the kids, the dog, whatever, and that type of a person isn't a ski instructor. They have an office job. And so you had these two things, right? And maybe throughout life you have had the office job, gone to work 8 to 5, only took your 2 weeks of vacation, were very responsible and reliable, very, very loving to your family, creating this beautiful life, right? And then maybe, you would allow yourself to go skiing once a year or something like that, depending on where you live, right? Or, however that might fit into your life. And they're saying like a Nordic track. You could have gotten a Nordic track exercise machine or something in order to play out your skiing, love for skiing. And now it's kind of like understanding, I don't want to walk this fine line. I want to go be a ski instructor, or I want to go and ski, these slopes all over the world, whatever. I'm not a skier, so I have no idea what I'm talking about there. And therefore, that's what you're doing. You're kind of like turning in your obligations to just put out the pentacles and do what you're supposed to be, cog in the wheel, they're saying, right? And be inspired to go in a different direction. So the thing is that that's exactly what you're doing. You're getting in your boat and you're going in a different direction because you know that by doing this, you are also healing your own heart. That's the thing. You have allowed yourself to be in a position where you're holding back what your heart really and truly is wishing for, right? You could have had on your birthday, right? When you're blowing out the candles, or that first star that you see at night, right? Starlight, star bright, the very first star I see at night. I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight. And maybe all the time you were wishing, I wish I could be a ski instructor. I wish I could ski all over the world, right? You could have been doing that secretly, right? Not telling anybody, of course, because if you share your secret, it never comes true. But that's exactly what's happening. It's kind of like you're allowing, and I think what you're doing is going back to some tower moment that you've had in your life and recognized that because of that tower moment, things have played out so that your wish is being granted. And here you are. You have the Nine of Cups and the Empress energy, right? You're creating the world that you really love. You're no longer allowing yourself to be confined to what you feel like you're obligated to do. Beautiful energy here, Cancer. I feel like over the last 6 months, you've been kind of like truly working up towards this breakthrough. This energy of, I see it. Life is short. I know when, we've been talking about Pluto for months now because this is such a huge transit. And I kind of like came to the terms, my goodness, this could seriously be, because of my age, this could be my very last Pluto transit. And it does, it changes your mindset, right? It's kind of like, whoa, wait a minute, my last Pluto transit, it's for 20 years, and I hope I'm around for the next Pluto transit. But it does change your mindset when you start recognizing life is too short. Why am I following this pile of rules that somebody else gave me? Look, right? The Page of Swords didn't write those books. The Page of Swords was taught those books. And now you've learned all of those lessons, and it's kind of like, okay, I'm ready to go write my own book. I'm ready to write my own rules. All right, Cancer, let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. All right, where am I called to use my voice right now? Yeah, that's exactly what this is. It's about speaking your truth, the Page of Swords. It's time to speak your truth. What does your heart truly desire? Okay? Because this card is all about being able to look in the mirror at the end of the day and know that you are following what your heart truly desires. You are stepping into your purpose. You are stepping into being the Empress, being who it is that you truly authentically are. You have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. For some of you, I do feel like you're stepping into that energy of being a spiritual teacher, or using your spiritual gifts, your healing energy to help others, to serve others, leaving perhaps behind a job where you are just working on pentacles, making money for other people, or maybe working a job that pays the bills, pays them well maybe, but is just draining you of your soul spirit, right? And stepping into this, no, I have to be able to look in the mirror at the end of the day and know I'm not wasting any of my time. And that has really been coming out lately. Is, time is a commodity. We cannot get time back. Sometimes we can lend money out. Well, sometimes we get it back. There's things that we can do that we can put out and get it back, but time, we can't get time back. And I think that's what you're kind of stepping into. Yeah, time is too short. This is time for me to go be able to follow my dream. All right, Cancer, I'm going to leave it there. I really appreciate all your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. I hope that your new year has started off with a wonderful start, and I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light to you. Bye for now.